Hello and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about Oasis and a few of the problems that I have with the album What's the Story? Morning Glory. And before you go into the comments and say, I hate Oasis, you are biased against them, no. In fact, I'm almost biased to like them because I really like a band called The Pillows. One of my favorite Japanese bands like ever. Really, really great 90s album output. But they are very much inspired by Oasis, and one of their songs called One Life is basically just Don't Look Back in Anger, and that is a great chorus, and Don't Look Back in Anger also has a great chorus. So again, I'm almost conditioned to like Oasis, and I do. I like Oasis, and I like What's the Story? Morning Glory. However, again, I have a few problems with that album that I just want to talk about, because I just don't feel like they're talked about kind of enough, and it's just kind of a problem that I have with some of the albums that were made in this sort of era generally. So the biggest problem that I have with the album is that when it goes into straightforward rock mode, it goes into a more straightforward rock song on What's the Story? Morning Glory, which it has a few of. The guitars are too reverbed. They're too drenched. And this is insane coming from me because I love my shoegaze. I love Japanese shoegaze. I love any type of shoegaze you throw at me, basically anything. Even noise shoegaze, I really, really like. But again, I feel like it just doesn't really work for some of the more straightforward rock songs on this record because I just want there to be a little bit more bite in the guitars, but they're just not there. They're just kind of spacey. They feel like they're in the other room. And again, I feel like that works for shoegaze or more proggy sort of ish songs like Champagne Supernova that like build to something and have a very powerful chorus and a very powerful guitar solo. That guitar solo is insane. But again, if it doesn't have like a big build and it's just more of a straightforward rock song that focuses on hooks, I feel like having a more, up in your face guitar is just a little bit, I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm conditioned to just like that more up in your face style mixing, but I just generally like that a little bit more than just very distant guitars because I just feel like they're not as good as hooking me on the actual song with like certain licks or certain chord structures or whatever the fuck. So yeah, I know, very, very amazing musical terminology. But another thing I want to talk about, and is honestly more of a problem on some of the tracks, is how low end focused this album is and how kind of scooped the high end is on a lot of the tracks. And even though I really love Don't Look Back in Anger, I think that chorus is phenomenal. And again, The Pillows and One Life basically copied it. It's so good. But again, even though I love that song, the drums are so damn buried, especially the high end. I mean, the biggest example you can give, you can just listen to the song and just see what I'm talking about. Go to the part where there's that slight drum fill, where it's just the drums by itself. You'll probably know what I'm talking about if you've listened to the song a couple of times, but it's just really drenched. It's just very distant feeling. And again, it's a problem that I have with some of the record just in total. It's just very distant overall mixing. And again, I feel like that works better with shoegaze and just not really that well with like more straightforward rock songs that focus on hooks and melody and stuff like that, where it's just really hard to hear that with how drenched and loud and just distant everything is. And again, I just don't feel like it works as well. But again, take that drum fill and just listen to it because the high end is just kind of completely gone and it's just kind of gone for the entire song. And I feel like it like kind of works in some moments because in like the chorus, again, it's spacey, it's nice, it's just very warm, and I think it works there. But just generally, again, I want more bite. I want more high end. I want just more. It's just, again, very distant feeling. And even though I haven't listened to any other Oasis albums, I think I listened to definitely maybe like once, but I forgot most about it. Or I forgot like most of what I listened to on that record. But one thing I do like about some of their later songs, because I have listened to some of their later songs, for example, like some of the songs off of Dig Out Your Soul, I think it's called. But for example, like Shock of the Lightning. That is a straightforward rock song with a catchy hook and with like great vocals from Liam. But god damn, the guitars are actually center. They're like the focus. it feels good. It feels like it's an actual rock song now, and it just doesn't. It feels like I can actually pick out a hook, because again, in What's the Story, Morning Glory, and some of the tracks, I'm trying to find the hook, and it's there. The melody is good, but again, it just doesn't have that bite. It just doesn't have that like thing that just makes me remember that melody. And I kind of want that. So that's just what I wanted to talk about in this video. Again, I really like What's the Story, Morning Glory. I do like the calmer tracks as well that are more Beatle influenced, because again, the Pillows were also inspired by that as well. So again, I'm almost conditioned to like it, but I still really like them even on their own without any of that biasy? No, and without any of that bias towards them, because I like another band that was very inspired by Oasis as well. But still, again, even with that bias out of the way, I still really like She's Electric, and the song before that, I think it's called Cast No Shadow. So yeah, again, I like those songs, and I like Champagne Supernova, and I even like Wonderwall, even though it's overplayed the shit. It's a big meme. I still like that song, and again, I like most of the songs on the record. Like, most of them are good, but again, I just feel like even on the songs that I really love, like again, Don't Look Back in Anger, phenomenal song. Even on those songs, I have a few problems with the way that the album is mixed. It's just too distant feeling for me personally. Even though, again, I get that that's what they're going for. They're going for a wall of sound approach, and I generally like that. Again, I like shoegaze records, but again, I just feel like it doesn't really work on all the songs here, and that's just what I wanted to talk about. So yeah, that is basically going to be it, and I will see you guys later. Goodbye.